Hi y'all, hope y'all enjoyed my video montage of Leeds Castle that I posted the other day, and I said that I would also post the pictures to Amsterdam. I would have done a video, but I have to give you the story behind Amsterdam before I post the pictures because it is a really long, dramatic story, but it's a good story. I think it's a good story. So me and my housemates were in the kitchen and we just on a whim decided to go to Amsterdam for the weekend. They asked me, they said, Kelsey, do you want to go to Amsterdam? And I said, yeah, sure, let's go. So we bought the tickets on Thursday and we were leaving Friday afternoon around 5 p.m. So on Friday we got to the bus station. The bus was going to take us from Canterbury to Dover, the port of Dover. So our bus was late. Our very first bus we were supposed to take was late. It was supposed to come at 5:40 and I don't think it came until a little bit after 6. But when it did get there, it took us to Dover, Port of Dover, and we were supposed to catch the next bus at 9 p.m. I think we got to Dover at about 6:30, 6:45, a little bit. I know it was a 2-hour wait because it had to come at 9. So we got on when the bus finally came. We took the bus from Dover to the ferry, which the ferry actually looks like a miniature cruise ship. It was about an hour and 30-minute bus ride. Oh, sorry, not a bus ride. It was an hour and 30-minute ferry ride from Dover to Port of Calais, Port of Calais, I think it's called. So from there we got back on the bus and we drove from Calais to Amsterdam. Funny story about us being on the bus. Well, I didn't think it was very funny, but I look back and I laugh at it. There was this guy on a bus. He got on the bus. I guess he was on the bus from London to Dover, and from Dover to Amsterdam or wherever he dropped off at. We got on the bus, and the guy, he saw me get on the bus, which I think is kind of weird that he was watching me. But got on the bus, got off the bus to get on the ferry, got from the ferry back on the bus, and by the time we got back on the bus, everybody had switched seats. So me and my housemates were like, okay, well, we're just going to sit anywhere since everybody switched seats. There's no assigned seat anyway, so we're just going to sit wherever. So I sat by myself with my bags right beside me, and this black guy, just kept going back and forth, just looking back and forth, till he finally comes to me and he says, "You're in my seat." I didn't know, so I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in your seat. Here, you can sit beside me. You're in my seat," he said. So I was like, "Well, you can sit beside me because I'm not moving, but you can sit here." So he sits down or whatever, and he's still talking about me sitting in his seat. And this is a grown man, mind you. So I'm like, why is this grown man getting on my nerves about a stupid seat? So when he finally let that go, he kept asking me every time we stopped, he kept asking me when was I going to get up to go to the bathroom, which I also thought was weird because every time I said no, he'd be like, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then he came back one time and he bought some Red Bull, and he was like, do you want a Red Bull? No. And my roommates thought that it was the funniest thing that this guy was like steadily trying to hit on me after accusing me of sitting in his seat afterwards. But 12 hours later, we end up in Amsterdam, and we get there around 6:30, and we wait for our other friends to come. They were coming at the 9 o'clock transfer. We were in this really Stygian train station where they're like people who just got off the bus, and then you have people who've been there all night waiting on trains and stuff, and it was just really, really weird and creepy all at the same time. And it was cold outside, and we couldn't go outside because it was dark and we were waiting on our friends because we didn't want to leave them and they not know where we were, and we still had to find a hostel too. So they get there at 9, and so from the train station, we buy a train pass for 48 hours, and we just ride the train to the actual city of Amsterdam, which is where everything is. So as soon as we get off of the train, we go to the house of Anne Frank, which was really, it was cute. So we said that we were going to come back tomorrow morning. So then we from there we caught the tram from there to Van Gogh Museum. Mind you, we still had our bags because we hadn't found a hostel yet. So queue, tram, Van Gogh. Van Gogh also had a queue, so we were like, okay, we'll just do something else. So we just went around looking at everything, taking pictures. We went to the market, and which I think was my favorite part about the trip that day was going to the market, because it was just such a big place and they had everything that I possibly could be interested in. They even had the little journals that were bound together and with this string, and I just thought that was so cute, but it didn't have lined paper and I would suck at that. But while I was there, I did buy this beautiful clock. It's a pendant, but it's also a clock, so I thought that was really cute. So I got this, and my housemates got some too, so we all have matching necklaces, and mine is actually the only one of its kind, so I'm special. So after that, we went to dinner at this place called Pampa, and it was really, really good. From there, we had dinner, and I had pasta yet again. I get pasta every time. And then we were looking for hostels. So this is around 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're looking at hostels. So we go bouncing around. No idea where we're going. We have a map, but everything's in this language that none of us speak, let alone can comprehend. So we're just like going around town, just looking for some opening. And we found one place, but it was 95 euros per person, and you had to stay 2 nights when we were only staying 1. So weren't going to do that. So we just kept going around. So my housemates and our travel companions were getting stressed out. I wasn't stressed, but being around stressed people made me stressed. I was like, oh my God, we're not going to have a place to stay. But turns out we went to this hostel called Dirty Nelly's Inn. But it was really nice. It was a bar, and it was also an inn. So we went there and we asked if they had any vacancies. The guy told us no. Really nice, cute Australian guy said that there weren't any vacancies, but he asked his boss. So his boss came in, and his boss called around, and he actually found us a hostel in the middle of Rembrandt Square called Smokey's. It was Smokey's Inn and Smokey's Bar. I don't know why they have inns and bars. I guess it's convenient for everybody to have those. So he found us a place there between the 5 of us. So we got there, and by 7 o'clock we had a place to stay. So everybody can relax. We can all breathe now because we have a place to stay. So we were like, okay, we have a place to stay. We just have to get there, shower, get settled in, and then we'll go out tonight. So we went out. We went to a couple of bars. My favorite bar there was Playa Nasty. It was a really, really fun bar. We actually had a lot of fun. We danced. We were there for like 2.5 hours. We danced, we laughed, we drank. It was good fun. They played good music. We had a good time. And then we went to the different districts. We went to the red light district, which I didn't know was in the Netherlands, but let me tell you, I was pretty surprised when I found out. So went to the red light district, and we were actually in the red light district the entire time we were in Amsterdam. We just didn't know it, but it's literally night and day. There's a difference. There's nice, quiet red light district in the daytime, and then it's like this lively town at night. So went to the red light district at night and just saw everything. It was a whole lot of fun. And then we came back home, and we all crashed immediately after, because it was such a long day. I think we were awake for a whole 12 hours and then some that whole day. So we woke up the next day, had breakfast, checked out, and we went to the Anne Frank Museum, which was very sad. It's not really my thing. I just thought that it was entirely too sad of a thing to do, but I went anyways. But it was it was a lot of good history, a lot of stuff that I didn't know that I found out about. And I also at the end of the tour, you can put your name on the tree that she stared at from her home. So I did that, and I also did a video while I was there too. So I'll be happy to post that one. and after that we went to the I Amsterdam sign, which is this big giant sign that's in the middle of a square in Amsterdam, and it literally has the letters I-A-M-Sterdam. So we climbed up on the letters and we took pictures, and I'll post those too, but it was so much fun. And then after that we had dinner, and then by that time it was time for us to get back on the bus and go home, and I was so exhausted by the end of this trip. I think we got home at like 5 a.m. and we walked back to campus and crashed again. And it was Monday, and thank God I didn't have classes on Monday because there's no way I would have made it. But that was a little background information on my trip, and I'll post the pictures and whatever videos I have too. You guys can let me know what you think. Thumbs up if you like this video, and I will keep you guys updated on my further adventures.